All right, this is your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, once y'all learn this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the aquas that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, Was Abraham an Israelite? Now, I got inspired to do this lesson because I was speaking with this Muslim, having kind of like not a debate, but pretty much just showing him in the scriptures how Abraham was an Israelite, because he made this statement saying that you can't really say that Abraham was an Israelite because the term Israelite wasn't known yet and everything like that. And then, you know, of course, he's a Muslim, so he always he was getting into how Ishmael was going to be a great nation and everything like that, and he still believes that everybody can be saved. He over here telling me that I'm a Muslim, but I just don't know it and everything like that. And even though I done pointed out all kind of times in the scriptures where Ishmael is going into slavery, okay? And, you know, you're not supposed to be following Allah. You're not supposed to be following, you know, that Muslim shit, man. And so at the end of the day, I told him, I'm like, no, man, Abraham is an Israelite. Abraham was an Israelite, okay? And I'm going to prove that through the power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, by, you know, getting a few definitions, getting a few scriptures, and showing you that Abraham was dealing, that the Most High, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, was dealing with Abraham as an Israelite. Okay, we understand that Abraham was the father of many nations. That's what his name means, which I'm going to get. Okay, many nations came from him, but it had to start somewhere. You got to understand that. It had to start somewhere. The chosen people had to come out from some place. And it started with Abraham, okay? So let's get straight into it, man. Let's just go ahead and get Genesis. No, let's not get Genesis. We're going to start off with Amos, because this is one of my favorite scriptures to go to, because this is clean. This is plain right here. It's clean. It gets right to the point. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1. It says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. What are all the families of the earth? All of the families of the earth are the nations. Okay, so let's get that in the blue letter. Let's go to Amos. I'm gonna go to Amos 3 and 2, and we're gonna go to the blue letter. Okay, and we're gonna look up the definition. Okay, this is family right here, right? And the Hebrew word is mashapaka, I believe. And it says clan, family, tribe, people, nation, guild, species, kind, aristocrats. Okay, so people, nation, okay, the different families of the earth, like we just read. Okay, let's read it one more time. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1. It says, hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, showing you that he's speaking to Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only, key word, you only, Israel, O children of Israel, have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So the Most High is only here for Israel, right? So now let's go to Genesis 17 and 1. And it says, and when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the almighty power. Walk before me and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenants, see that, between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abram fell on his face, and the Most High talked with him, saying, as for me, behold, my covenant is with thee. Remember that word covenant, okay? It said, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee. See? And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. See? He was going to make him exceeding fruitful. He will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee and their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a power unto thee and to thy seed after thee. So the seed after Abraham was gonna be part of the covenant. Okay, kings, nations were gonna come out of Abraham. So we already know that Ishmael and these different nations and these different kings and the Israelites were going to come out of Abraham. Okay, but only one of these nations, one of these families were going to have the covenant, which is what? The laws, commandments, statutes, the promises, the oath that the Most High was going to make with a specific people. Okay, let's get Psalms. Let's see. We're going to get Psalms 105 and 4. And it says, seek the Lord and his strength, seek his face forevermore. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servants, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is the Lord our power, his judgments are in all the earth. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations. Okay, which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath, see, like I said earlier, unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. Only Israel was going to receive the kingdom of heaven, the ultimate blessing. Okay, they were only going to receive the commandments, statutes, and laws. These things were not given to anybody else. Okay, and then you got to remember right here in verse 6, it says, O ye seed of Abraham, his servant. What does that mean, man? Only the servants of the Most High could only are given to the prophets. Abraham was a prophet. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant. Okay, you can only be a servant. The only way to be a servant of the Most High, you have to be an Israelite. You have to be an Israelite. Let's get Amos. Go back to Amos chapter 3 and 7. It says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. See that? He only uses men out of the nation of Israel to prophesy his word, man. He does not use anybody outside of the heathen nations. Point blank, period. He doesn't use them. Okay. So Abraham was a servant of the Most High. He was a prophet. Okay. He told everybody what it was going to be and everything like that. And the covenant was going to be established through Abraham. Okay. So that proves to you right there that Abraham was an Israelite. Okay. Because only Israelites can be servants of the Most High. That's it. He only knew Israel out of all the families of the earth. Okay. So now let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 26 and 23. And it says, and he went up from thence to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the power of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and will multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he built an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged a well. So there you go, man. Abraham was a servant for the Most High, Yahweh. Okay. He's a servant for Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. Now let's get this. Hold on. Let me turn it this way. Let me get this real quick. Let me just type in Ishmael real quick. And I think this is it right here. No. This is not it. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, I think this is it. Chapter 17. Yeah. Go back to chapter 17. Genesis 17. And we're going to start at 19. And it says, and the Most High says, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, okay, because like I said, a lot of these Muslims, they love to, say that they're going to be blessed, they're going to be forgiven and everything like that because they came out of they came from Abraham. But you got to remember, like I said, like we just read, Abraham was going to bear many nations and great kings, but only one of his sons was going to have the covenant. And then that son was going to have another son, and the covenant was going to stick with that person only. And it says, and as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. And they are a great nation. You look at Ishmael, the Arabs today, they're a great nation. You know, when you go over there and go into that land and everything, they have great riches. Shit, a lot of they women still in order, and they got a lot of businesses in our neighborhoods. Okay, they actually profit off of Jacob. All right, and they are a great nation, but they're wicked though. They're not the chosen. Okay, but then you got to say, like it says right here, verse 21. It says, "But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which with Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year." Okay. So the Most High was like, look, you gonna have Ishmael's gonna come out of you, but guess what? The promises, the oath, the commandments, statutes, and laws, the kingdom, the new bodies, everything that comes along with it is gonna be established with Isaac. And I tried to tell him that you got to think about reincarnation as well, man. Okay, Isaac was Yahushua. All right. So at the end of the day, that's why I was spiritual that Isaac blessed Esau and Jacob. All right. Jacob received a better blessing. And as when you read the story, Esau was upset because Esau's like, damn, Jacob get all that. What do I get? And then Isaac told him. And then Esau got upset. He's like, man, I don't like this blessing, man. He said, I wanted the blessing that you were supposed to give to me. But the Most High set it up like that because I told him that Esau was Cain. Cain had to pay for a lot of things. Cain was the wicked, and then, Esau was a serpent in the garden. I'm like, the Most High set it up like that so then they can make sure that Esau will not receive the blessing that we're supposed to get. But of course, when you tell people that, especially these Muslims out here, they get upset because they, like I said, they in that spirit of love, man. They want everybody to make it, so forth and so on, man. But that's not the case. But like I said, man, Abraham, he established, the Most High was dealing with Abraham, man. He used his seed to make great nations, man. Okay. Like I said, you could just easily just do this. You could easily just do this, man. Type in. Hold on. As soon as my keyboard, like I said, as soon as my keyboard stop tweaking, type in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's always Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. Look at this. Acts 3:13. The power of Abraham and of Isaac and of Jacob. And he gave his covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begat Isaac and circumcised him the 8th day. And Isaac begat Jacob. And Jacob begat the 12 patriarchs. All right. Then it's, you keep reading. You just keep reading. And you'll always see it's always Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why is that? Because Abraham was an Israelite, man. I remember Apostle Tahar, when you go into the Genesis breakdowns from what they did years ago, Apostle Tahar was like, man, you knew Abraham knew that the Most High was dealing with him. He said he can walk into any city or whatever and not worry about anything because he knew that the Most High was going to take care of him. He said, man, that's a true act of faith right there, man, because he knew that the Most High was with him at all times, man. Okay. Even right here, Ecclesiastes 44:22, it says, with Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham, his father's sake, the blessing of all men and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him inheritance and divided his portions among the 12 tribes and he parted them. I mean, it's very easy to understand, man. Abraham was a man of the Lord. He was definitely an Israelite, man. So let's get this one last scripture real quick and then I'm going to close it out. Because like I said, when you go into it, the covenant was given to him. The Most High kept saying, I'm dealing with thee. I'm dealing with thee. The covenant will I start with thee. Okay. He was dealing with them. He was dealing with Abraham, man. This is 2nd Ezra 6:54. Okay. And it says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Whose sakes? The Israelites' sakes. The world was made for us, but it's not given to us right now because the Most High wanted us to experience wickedness. Okay? He didn't want us to eat from the tree of life yet. He wanted to experience wickedness so we can be perfect judges kings and priests in the kingdom of heaven. Because we're going to be in those new bodies and we're going to be able to discern between good and evil. Point blank, period, man. This is why we take advantage and we love being part of this truth, because we can see on both sides now. The Most High is training us through the Spirit. So this is a very beautiful thing, man. And then it says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and as like in the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. The Most High doesn't care about these other nations, man. He just does not. And I was trying to explain to him about that. And like the Most High doesn't care about the other nations, man. He only care about Israelites. Like I said, when you read Psalms 83, let's go ahead and get it. When you read Psalms 83, all right, it speaks about it. It says, let's start at 4. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Let's start at 3. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, and of Moab, and the Hagarenes. So there you go. We ain't even got to read no more. Ishmael is definitely in ties with Esau to keep us down at the bottom, man, because you got to remember, they're in power too. And they realize if we all woke up to who we really are, and we all started praying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua the way we supposed to, they will be taken down as well, man. You know, this is not just a thing for Esau. Esau's the main villain in the story. Don't get me wrong. But this has the other nations have a tie in this too. You got to remember, man, when the Most High takes out a power, man, he puts us right back on top. We rule the earth. And that's what's getting ready to happen. Okay, when the Lord comes back, when Yahushua comes back with the angels and save his elect, the whole world is going to change. Everything, the way that we know it right now, is not going to operate the same no more. So that means in the midst of it, Ishmael is going to be brought down too. So for all of you Muslims out there that keep saying, you know, that you keep tying your philosophy and your belief into these scriptures, you don't read the scriptures, man. Ishmael is doomed. Ishmael is doomed. Ishmael has a say so and cutting us off from being a nation. They're helping Esau do this, man. So at the end of the day, if you still into that Muslim shit, you through, man. You through. But at the end of the day, we just proved Abraham was an Israelite, man. Let's get it one more time and we'll close it. Abraham was an Israelite. Okay? Abraham fell on his face, man, and the Most High talked with him. And it says, as for me, behold, my covenant is with thee. There, you can stop right there. My covenant is with thee. We just read that the covenant is only given to Israelites. So yes, Abraham is an Israelite. Okay? It is what it is, man. It's not, like I said, it's not that hard to understand. All right. But even we go down to verse 7, it says, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in the generations for an everlasting covenant, and to be a power unto thee and to thy seed after thee. So yes, Abraham was an Israelite. The Most High gave the covenant to Abraham. And then after that, Abraham had Isaac, and then the covenant flowed down into Isaac, and then after that, Isaac blessed Jacob, and now here you go with the 12 tribes, man, the chosen people of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It is what it is. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is what's happening. This is what's getting ready to go down. You know, we're getting ready to get back on top again, and this is why we say these other heathen nations are going into slavery as well, because like I said, they have say so. And they have a tie in keeping us down. When you read the parable about Lazarus, okay, you know, the dog licking the wounds, that's speaking about them. You know, while Esau was beating us down, tearing us apart and everything, the dogs came over there and licked the wounds. That's the heathen nations. Okay, so it is what it is, man. So they're going to get what they deserve as well. But at the end of the day, Abraham was an Israelite. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Richaa Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aqua that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazah, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasserala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.